you're going to want to buy is, well, we're talking about anchors, and you can't climb without an anchor. So, depending on the type of climbing you're going to do, whether it be if you're going to make an anchor out of natural materials, such as a rock, so you can sling a rock with this sort of sling runner thing. I've got a couple of these. A lot of the time I'll carry my carabiners on these, so when I start climbing I can just throw that off with the extra stuff. And then I have, I forget how long this is, it's like 20 feet of webbing, I think. I actually use this much at a time. So this is blue water webbing, I think. A lot of my gear is blue water because I like the blue water stuff. And then I got some cord. I think this is like 30 feet of accessory cord, which I make ground anchors with sometimes. Redundancy is the key, so obviously I just wouldn't use one strand. So we went over runners. You will at some point, well, I do anyway, I like to carry a good section, I think this is maybe 6 or 7, maybe 8 feet of 11 mil static cord, static line, static rope, whatever. So this is the same stuff as my big 120 foot static rope, which you can rappel on, so it's not like you can't use it for rappelling. But yeah, this is pretty handy because, you know, if your anchors are right there and you want to do a shorter thing, and you can just use this because it's shorter instead of hauling that big thing out, which I don't always use sometimes. Like, I went up to Vermont, this place called Deer Leap. It's where the AT and the Long Trail intersect, and there's this mountain cliff called Deer Leap, and I went climbing there, and I hauled that rope plus my climbing rope over here. You know, like 2 miles to the cliff, and that rope weighs maybe 8, maybe 10 pounds, and that rope weighs a little bit more, maybe like 12 pounds. So I didn't need to carry that because there were bolts at the top, which in that case I didn't have any quick draws, and I still don't have any quick draws because around here we make a lot of natural anchors, so you can use these instead of quick draws. Do not use Dyneema. Use nylon. You can use this, or you can use webbing type material. That's what I would recommend, which this isn't a video on how to do that, so I'm not going to show you how to do that. So I talked about all of that. Ropes. Let's talk about some ropes. Ropes. So this is, like I said, my static rope. It's like 120 feet long. It's pretty standard style of rope. It's blue water. As you can see, I put yellow tape on the ends. And that helps with recognizing your own gear. So if someone has the same kind of rope at the top, you don't accidentally untie their rope that they're climbing on. So 120 feet, that's pretty long. I make a lot of my anchors with this rope. It saves a lot of time rather than trying to tie a bunch of runners or slings together, because I've seen people that come from down south or up further north where they don't usually make natural anchors and they're just clipping in, or I've seen lead climbers that just have a climbing rope and they don't have a static rope, and they put a bunch of slings together and it's this mess, and it's kind of sad. But you know, I've seen people share static ropes before because they don't have the right gear when they get out there. But most of the time I'll at least throw that in my truck if I'm not sure if I need it or not. And then you're probably wondering what these are. Well, I use these to protect my rope. This rope. The stop. Because if I have to run it over jagged rocks, I'll slip one of these over it. As you can see, it is a piece of garden hose, and it fits perfectly around the rope, and you just slap it in through that little slit right there, or you can run it through the other way, but I usually slap it in because I put these on last. Or you can actually, I've seen people use webbing, but you can't, like, they would cut the ends off, like, see how mine's melted? But they would cut that off, and they would run the rope through that, but I don't like that because it's like you have to put it on beforehand, and a lot of the time I change things really quickly. And so the last rope I have is this climbing rope, which is going to be the most expensive thing you're going to buy, and it should be, because I actually got all my stuff on sale from REI, but so it was like 10-20% off, which was nice. So get an REI membership card. It's like nothing to join, and it saves you a lot of money. And as you can see, I don't tie my ropes up because I have this fear, because when I was taught about rope care and stuff, that if you tie it up and you tie a knot in a rope and you let it sit and stuff, it will like become rock hard and you can't untie it. So I have that fear, so I just use these elastic bungee things, and I don't have a problem with that because there's no knot. These weigh nothing. I went to Home Depot and bought a couple of them, bought 4 of them, 2 for each rope, and it works perfectly. I have a rope bag, so I don't have to worry about carrying them. Well, I can't fit both ropes in here, but I usually slap the static rope on someone else's bag, or you just carry that thing in and throw this rope in the bag. I have to recoil it at some point because it will not fit in the bag as it is now. So REI offers a nice class to learn anchors, and so does Vertical Rock in Manassas. They offer a nice class too. Almost forgot. Now, these are my special carabiners. These are actually rescue steel carabiners. I got these off a surplus rescue site where they do like aerial rescues and stuff, like off cliffs and stuff. These are steel. These are rated to some crazy amount, like, there it is. Let me see. 33 kilonewtons, which is really, really strong. Let me tell you, my average carabiner strength here is 24 to 25 kilonewtons, and these are 33, so it's a dramatic strength difference. They're steel. They're all steel. I use these as my master point, and I don't exactly know if this is bad or not, but there's a little bit of rust on the gate from where water got under the locker portion, and I don't know if it's bad or not. I don't know if I should replace it, but it's like a $35 carabiner, so I don't necessarily want to replace it. I mean, it's just surface rust, I think, so I'm not that concerned, and it's just in that little spot, and it's a little bit on the nose right there. So I'm not that concerned, but, hit me up if you think I should replace it. My ropes are only like 2-3 years old, so I don't need to replace those for another 8 or 9 years. Well, not 8, or not 9, but 7, 8 years, something like that. And the last piece I have, which is kind of a fun piece, is a little safety this is used to rappel. So someone got this for me for Christmas, so they obviously didn't know about my all blue thing I was trying to get going on, but this is still pretty nice. So if you want to rappel, you get one of these. Or you can get one of those big black ones. I saw those on the website that was selling these, and those are kind of cool because the military uses them, and that's cool. These are Liberty Mountain carabiners. I don't know. I wasn't really looking at brand. I was looking at strength. Because when I got took my anchor building class, we used steel carabiners. Now, I don't think they were as sturdy as these, but overkill is not a bad thing. in my opinion. It's not a bad thing. I would trust, you can actually tow a car with one of these. So, with an added strength of 66 kilonewtons, each kilonewton is about 5,000 pounds, just to put that into perspective. Now, the decimal number, it's like 4.9000 ... all those big numbers. But it's about 5,000 pounds. And there's 24, 33, on all my gear. Typically, ropes are rated to 27 kilonewtons. A lot of ropes are rated to 27 kilonewtons. I don't know what the deal with that is, but still. This is Patrick signing off. Get out and climb. If you have any questions, send me a comment on the bottom of the page, and get out there and climb.